In 2023, I came back to the Village of Caseyville for a couple of reasons, or a few reasons. One was the way I saw my friend Billy Hayes being treated after he was basically trying to get some answers about the levy and why they had not been maintaining it. And there was also some issues about the actual cost to your new police station that he was raising. And I do believe that police station has come in significantly over budget, whatever the case may prove to be. That's what it looks like to a lot of people. I never really cared what the Village of Caseyville did myself. I was not really acting in unison with Billy Hayes. It was just the same things kept popping up. But Billy Hayes, to those of you that don't know him in Caseyville, he did a lot of things that really made a big difference for you, because you were basically being ignored on that levee and the flooding and some of the cost overruns with that new police station. It was just not realistic, that the numbers they were presenting to the public as factual, and I believe that will still be the case. There's also the matter of an absurd lawsuit that the village spent thousands on, trying to sue the railroad over that trestle that this seems to be one of the common denominators of causing the flooding in Caseyville. But Billy was doing things for the Village of Caseyville. Okay. He has come under attack in so many ways. It's unbelievable. So have I. But for the record, my fight was never with anybody in the Village of Caseyville, except for Village Attorney Doug Stewart and then Cindy Miller, because they were violating the Illinois Freedom of Information Act, and I knew that. And to me, the public transparency laws are very important. And I've been a big advocate for those for years. That's nothing new. I've sued the Village of Caseyville and won before. And in 2023, when I asked to see some documents, first Doug Stewart tried to overcharge me for some, and then he completely gave me false altered documents regarding a transmission. But the fact is that my fight never was with a township trustee or your county board member or a village employee or really even the mayor. It was with Village Attorney Doug Stewart, and that's where the fight belongs. But others seem to have been taken up for Doug Stewart, but they can't excuse his conduct. So I'm glad he's gone. That was my mission. Billy Hayes was genuinely working towards better things for the people of the Village of Caseyville, and I just don't think the board that's currently on there really has acknowledged that. A lot of those people would have been run right off the ballot had it not been for myself and Billy just raising a stink about a police commissioner who filed 7 petition objections right before this April election. And we got that stopped, and Billy had a lot to do with that. And he had a lot to do with a lot of good things. But he and I aren't partners in crime. We're just friends. We've known each other a long time. I've known him. We've had our good days. We've had our bad days, just like anybody else. And but Billy is really going through a lot. And he is really, the things he was doing, they benefited all the people of Caseyville. The things that I was doing, they benefited advocates of the Illinois Freedom of Information Act, and that's what I'm a big advocate of. I knew Doug Stewart was lying the minute he gave me altered and inaccurate documents. And anyway, he continued to do that. He continued to violate the law. But my fight never was with any one person, except for Doug Stewart. He wanted a fight, and he got a fight. Unfortunately, he dragged others into it, and unfortunately, they're going to find out that he was in error. But anyway, I really can't urge any of you folks enough. Billy Hayes needs your support right now. He's going through hell, personally, and it needs to stop. And some of these board members need to step in Caseyville and say, hey, he was acting on your behalf. And that's exactly what Billy Hayes was doing. I could care less what you guys do in the Village of Caseyville. Not my dog, not my fight, as they say. So, but my fight was about public information laws. That's it. The rest of it, Billy Hayes, he was looking out for you. So I wish some of you folks who act like you're his friend or pretend to be his friend would start looking out for him too. He deserves that, and he's earned that. Have a great day, Caseyville.